This Saints team is honestly expected to be one of the worst in the NFL in 2026. They did get Justin Reed. Okay. Demario Davis is old. Their starting quarterback might be Tyler Shuck. What are we doing? The Saints are in a very, very weird position. A lot of aging talent. Cam Jordan. We talked about Demario Davis. Ryan Ramczyk just retired. I don't know what's going on, but this is not looking good for New Orleans and Mickey Loomis and new head coach Kellen Moore. So this is the team. Welcome back, Brandon Cooks, if we want to get excited about that at this point. That's a decision to be made, supposedly. There are some pieces that we can continue to develop here. I like Talisa Fuanga for the future. Don't know what to really think about Trevor Penning. Such a great athlete, still pretty young. There could be something here. He just needs to try to continue to improve. Maybe a transition to guard might be better served for him. Who's to say? Alvin Kamara, kind of going into the twilight of his career. He's going to be 31 years old. This is a contract that I would like to get out of. It's just not really a great one to be in at the moment. Going to pay him as much as $18.6 million in 2025, and he actually signed an extension in real life. But I guess it is structured correctly in the game with this roster, because in 2026 his cap hit is $18.6 million. That is fairly significant. And then he has an imaginary void year in 2027. So we're looking for the next running back of the future. I don't know that it's going to be Kendre Miller. You draft Devin Neal, okay. I don't know that it's going to end up being him either. Who is that face scan? That is... It's not Trenton Simpson. It is a linebacker, though, I think. Who is that? Like, I think there's a J. I don't know why I can't place that face right now. Is it Juwan Bentley? I don't know. I genuinely can't place the face scan right now. I'm going to ask Twitter. Also, check out Twitter, twitter.com/BengalYouTube, but also Instagram.com/BengalYouTube. I'm going to be giving away copies of College Football 26 and eventually Madden 26 over on those socials. So click the links down in the description. Hit the follow button. It's completely free. This video is sponsored by Arena Club. For me, it's been the absolute best way to recreate the thrill, the anticipation of tearing into a football or baseball card pack growing up. For me, growing up really was more baseball and then transitioned into football. But it's been such a blast to open up some of these big-time slab packs. If you don't know Arena Club, link is down in the description. Basically, it all revolves around the slab pack. With slab packs, you can rip a pack for hundreds of dollars or less and hit on a card that's worth tens of thousands of dollars at the absolute peak. You're chasing grails. And Arena Club is the most trusted in the game. They offer full transparency. They show you what you can get. They show you what you're chasing. They show you the odds. They show you everything. You don't know exactly what you're going to get, but you can see all of the options before you buy. And here we go. Let's open the Arena Club Slab Pack Ruby Football. It is a football channel after all. Ooh, CJ Stroud out of 2024 absolute explosive CJ Stroud. It is a mint 9, so you can see the grade. You can see why it gets graded the way that it does. PSA 9 for CJ Stroud, explosive. I mean, he is one of the most fun young quarterbacks in the league, and you can get an offer immediately. So Arena Club's offering us $180. I'm not going to be doing that. I'd probably rather just hold on to him. But it is a fair offer around estimated market value. It happened instantly. I've been an absolute huge fan of Arena Club lately. Got my showroom going on. Of course, we pulled Drake May last time. That was an excellent pull. So head down, click the link in the description. I've been having a ton of fun ripping slab packs on Arena Club lately. They have transparent checklists. They have their slab safe program. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, grading, or ripping packs, Arena Club is the safest, most trusted in the game. Again, that link is in the description, arenaclub.com/Bengal, and use code Bengal. And thank you to Arena Club for sponsoring this video. Twitter's coming in clutch. It's Jamin Davis. I don't know why it was escaping me. It's very clearly Jamin Davis now, the former first-round linebacker out of Kentucky by the Commanders. That is now... Did he sign with the Packers as an edge rusher? Or Vikings maybe as an edge rusher? Something like that. But yeah, Jamin Davis. we maybe could use him on this defense. I mean, we got Pete Warner, Demario Davis is great, but old. It's not a great group. Tyrann Mathieu, Justin Reed. It's just a lot of aging talent. They did bring back Chase Young. Brian Brzee is a good situational player. I don't know that I'd love him playing every down, but it's a team with some players have potential. A lot of players are just into the twilight of their careers, and I'm just not sure who we can actually legitimately build around. I'd like to keep Chase Young and Brzee, but there's a lot of development to do if those guys are going to become superstar players on this defense. And offensively, we've got a long way to go. We are going to need to find a quarterback. No question. Mid-season mark, we are 2-5. That seems bad, but I anticipate this team is going to be pretty bad. We might try and sell off here at the deadline. So I guess we'll do running back here. Running back's a position I'm looking to improve actively. And if you look at the prospects in this draft, there are 3 quarterbacks at the top. I actually thought there were 4, but I guess one of them dropped significantly. I guess that's a possibility. Will Evans might have been the last one, but there are a lot of quarterbacks that are expected to go high. We definitely want to find out about the QBs. But this running back also really intrigues me, and there are a lot of really good running backs in this class. I actually did not see that many. I saw Tyler Spikes, who was 6'1", 228 from Utah. Projected to go top 10, trucking. He's a good enough athlete. Maybe we would consider that in the top 10. I know it seems crazy to take a running back, but I'm probably going to trade Alvin Kamara here, which I know is not maybe the most realistic thing in the world, but we're not a contending team. Kamara can help a contender as a receiver out of the backfield, but also a good running back. And I think if you look at our team salaries here, you can look at players on expiring deals. It's 36-year-old Demario Davis, 33-year-old Tyrann Mathieu. Rashid Shaheed's cool. Didn't really talk about him very much. 36-year-old Cam Jordan. These guys are not going to help us ever compete for a championship. We're going to do them a service. Is how we're going to spin this little spin zone action. We're going to do them a service and trade them to hopefully maybe somebody that's contending. We'll get some draft picks back, and they'll be able to compete for a championship in their final years. That's the way I want to play this. Wow, Chris Jenkins a 3rd and a 4th. That is tempting. Jerry Jeudy in here as well. Trevon Diggs. Like, we are getting good offers. Diggs in a 2nd is not awful. Nolan Smith and picks is not awful. We can definitely figure something out here. I mean, Jared Verse would be crazy good. Plus picks. Also just Michael Jarrell for some reason. Who? Okay, this is a crazy first trade. Welcome to the video, I guess. It's going to be nice when the new Madden comes out. We can kind of relax on the insane trades to start the year. But this is an insane trade. Out with the old, in with the new. Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, Cam Jordan, a 2nd-round pick. I didn't want to have to give that up, but you'll see why. Obviously, we trade a 4th as well for Jared Verse and a 1st from the Rams. Now, the 1st probably is not going to be very good, and we just made their team better overall right now, although not long-term, probably. Rams go all in right now. We just gave up probably our 3 biggest trade pieces with the expiring contracts. Carl Granderson is also a name I should probably consider moving. He's 28 years old. He is good now. Not amazing, maybe, but good. I want to try to turn some of these players into top-end picks. If I could package maybe, I mean, we're going to fully hit the reset button. Kamara, Shaheed for a 1st-round pick somehow. That would be incredible. But I don't imagine the value, maybe it's a little bit more than I expected. Just say I don't imagine the value on Kamara is going to be anything super significant, and you're unlikely to see a team like really view Kamara as a fit. We are trading Rashid Shaheed, Alvin Kamara, Dylan Radins, a 3rd, and a fourth this year, a fourth in 2027 for a first from Seattle. Hopefully that ends up being a pretty good pick. Need Seattle to just continue to lose. And that's really basically all the players we can trade. Again, maybe Carl Granderson. Justin Reed probably should, but he's a high enough overall that maybe we've got something here. I don't know what that face scan is. It's not one. That looks insane. They got Mr. Potato Head face scanned into the game. It looks very, like, not proportional at all. But Justin Reed, 28's a little bit tough. Could definitely start regressing, but he is, I would say, just good enough still. But I guess now that we have Jared Verse, we don't really need Carl Granderson. I'd rather have Chase Young. And especially when you factor in that Granderson's going to get up to $18.1 million next year. Probably will try and trade him right now. Again, we're just kind of hitting the reset button. We need to. Out with the old, in with the new. Brandon Cooks could be part of that as well, but I can't imagine his value is going to be very much, so maybe better to just keep him. We like Kool-Aid McKinstry for now. Taysom Hill is going to have next to no value. His contract is not appropriately represented in game. Also, I didn't even get to talk about my guy. Longhorn legend, Kelvin Banks. Hook him. First round pick of the Saints. I'm going to give him star, Dev. Normal, stupid. Top 10 pick in a rebuild. He's getting star. Speaking of Longhorn legends, but Jordan Hicks replacing Demario Davis does not make a whole lot of sense to me. Bengals were trying to trade Logan Wilson, but otherwise there are not a lot of teams that can actually afford anything, and I bet the 49ers are probably quite good in sim. Well, maybe not. Okay, this is kind of a crazy trade, but a lot of them are. Carl Granderson, a first in 2027, and a second next year for the Patriots' first round pick. I think Taysom Hill should be traded. It's just who can actually afford him? Who would want him? That's the difficult thing right now. I would take, pretty much anything I can get. Taysom Hill, 2 sixes this year, a fifth in 2027, gets me Braden Willis, and a fourth this year. Electric trade. A little bit of a salary cap dump for us in the future. An interesting one. But, we're 2-5. We're not going to do anything this year. We're trying to get picks. We're trying to get in position for a quarterback, potentially. And we did what needed to be done. Trevor Penning is here. Alante Taylor. Might want the top 2 back. Probably nobody else. Colin Saunders, it's probably not. Blake Rupe's okay, but doesn't really move the needle for us. We're going to try to bring back Trevor Penning. I think there is something we can develop here. I know it hasn't really shown up yet. But Trevor Penning is back. It's good depth, if nothing else. And then we probably just can do better than Alante Taylor. So maybe we try and trade him. Again, pick up anything. I would take it. And the last trade I promise that we're going to make for right now. Alante Taylor, a fourth and a fifth next year for Tremon Smith. I can't not have him on the team if we're going to rebuild this team. And a third next year. So we've recouped some of the draft picks, essentially, that we've lost. And we are in a power position. We could simulate to the playoffs. I've got a sneaking suspicion we're not going to be a part of them. I will stop the simulation just a little bit early so that we can actually do our focus players. But this is going to be a pretty bad year. Okay, focus players is here. We're probably not going to have to add Tyler Spikes. We're going to know pretty much what he's got to bring to the table. And he's just a big-time power back. It's tough to say whether he's a generationally gifted power back. It's impossible to tell. Athleticism is not unbelievable. The skills are very good, though. He's just not agile. No juke, spins okay, but A, ball carry vision, break tackle, stiff arm, trucking, carrying. That's all looking pretty good. I think it's just obvious, though. Pick the top 3 quarterbacks, get a pretty good idea about those players, and then maybe make a decision about the other quarterback in the offseason. We'll see if those guys can end up playing or not. We're 3-8. We are going to have a top 10 pick, maybe multiple. The only question is, are we bad enough to get a top 5 pick, a top 3 pick, even the first overall pick? 3 and 8 at this point tells me probably not in line for number 1, but maybe number 3 or 4. I could see us being in the top 5. You know, if we finish with 5 wins, probably going to be in that top 5 range. We do finish with 5 wins, right on the nose. I think we started Tyler Shuck at quarterback. No, it was Spencer Rattler that ended up playing mostly. I was going to trade him. I guess the value didn't work out. And this is really not that bad of a year. Just from a pure stats perspective, it's not great, but I was expecting worse, to be honest. No running game, which makes sense. Brandon Cooks did have 1,000 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. Chris Olave was a non-factor. Trevor Penning was brutalized at right tackle. And then Anthony Orji actually came up clutch here with the most tackles on this team. 16 TFLs for Godshaw and Chase Young. Ryan Brzee had 14. 5 sacks led the way for Isaiah Foskey. Another kind of top pick, I guess you would say. It was like top 75, maybe. See if Foskey can end up developing, but he was not undrafted in 2023. With this roster, they've changed a lot of things, obviously, but that's not accurate. And it doesn't really matter, but I think he was like number 71 overall. I could see him going higher than that. It's the 40th pick. So he was actually even higher than I thought. I thought he might have snuck into the 3rd round. No, he was the 40th overall pick in the draft back in 2023. That is very high for a guy that I really haven't heard anything about. And I do more, like way more tape studying for college football than I do for the NFL. So Isaiah Foskey, I don't know. Is he, I mean, I assume he's not great, but obviously good size, decent enough athleticism. We'll see if he ends up developing at all. But here, I'm looking to probably draft a defensive end over him if it comes to it. You know, we have Cam Samples, cool little hybrid player. Jared Verse is going to end up playing defensive end for us. We need help at linebacker for sure. Longhorn legend Jalen Ford, by the way. But, man, the Saints really got a lot of Longhorns. Jalen Ford, Kelvin Banks, Arch Manning. Archie Manning is going to declare for the draft. Archie Manning is a 75-year-old man. He is not declaring for the draft. Arch Manning is the presumptive, but also certainly the starting quarterback for Texas this upcoming season. I don't think he's going to declare following 2026. He will be draft eligible, but it seems unlikely. However, could be in the big 2027, could be an insane year. Of course, you have guys like Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, DJ Lagway, all players I got to interview in the most recently uploaded video on my channel. Super fun. EA flew me out to the Rose Bowl. Got to talk to a bunch of different players and coaches, legends of the game like Tim Tebow, Reggie Bush, coaches like Ryan Day, Kirby Smart, James Franklin, Lane Kiffin. So check out that video. It was a ton of fun. Not video games, even though it's video game related. We were there for the CFB 26 cover shoot. But I would definitely recommend checking it out. It was a ton of fun. You may enjoy it as the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Nolan Smith, Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the MVP as Aiden Hutchinson gets Defensive Player of the Year. Good bounce back for him. Aiden, of course, dealing with some injuries. But Ashton Jeanty, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Abdul Carter of the New York Giants wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. You love to see it. Cam Sample is decent depth. We'll bring him back for 2 years, or he's going to test free agency, and we're going to bring back nobody. So we'll head to free agency with a little bit of money. We do have a problem at kicker. Could just re-sign Blake Grupe out of free agency, but there might be somebody that's a better fit. Cheaper, younger. Younger might be tough, but cheaper, better, potentially. Like, these are possibilities, but there's probably not going to be a ton in free agency. A lot of aging players. James Cook is here. Deron Bland. Zach Tom is probably at the top of the list of what we're looking for. I could consider drafting a running back. Like, we have picks high in this draft. And we are starting to get a pretty good idea about the actual true talent in this class. And it looks like the only quarterback worth drafting is a Longhorn legend. Mike Green. Hopefully this one's a little bit cleaner off the field. Good accuracy in general. Good athlete in general. Kind of a scrambler, like improvising, throw on the run type of QB. Like, that's not an awful option. I do want to know if Will Evans is good. Improviser archetype is interesting. Good accuracy down the field. Again, pretty good athlete. Similar to the Texas quarterback, Mike Green. What about at running back? Okay, well, we're not drafting Tyler Spikes in the first round when Max Brooks and Matt Starks exist. 2.59, top 5 talents. We could actually bring in both. Max Brooks is intriguing because he's a top 5 talent as a receiving back, which I almost never see. A juke move. That's something. And we're looking potentially to add a receiving back after losing Alvin Kamara. Matt Starks, a little bit more of a classic runner maybe. I don't think he's as good at first glance compared to Max Brooks. Starks is good. Better true runner. But Brooks has really high juke move. Good spin move. Trucking. Like, it'd be cool to get Tyler Spikes into the mix. Big time power back that can actually run a little bit. But I'm not going to say it's impossible that we draft him. I'm just not going to make it a priority. But 3 of the top 5 talents in this draft are running backs. And there's a decent one down the board. Quarterback's going to be tough. We know we have needs on defense. You know, we looked at defensive end. Justice Belton and Tony Wilkerson. I mean, I guess at near 270 pounds, I could make an argument for these guys at defensive tackle. But they both have D block shed. Really, really bad. Can really get after the QB, though. What do we do with Chase Young then? I mean, I guess we could go 3-4 and play around with who's at defensive end versus who's at outside linebacker. These are possibilities. I'm not blown away by either of these guys. No, Justice Belton, we didn't see his athleticism. Okay, he's actually a really good athlete. Belton's very good. Man, I don't really know which way we're going to approach this. Truly don't. Terrence Best ran 4.47. A play rec, A hit power, A awareness, A man. Suit's not great. I don't know. There are a lot of intriguing players in this class. That's kind of all I have to say about them. They're like intriguing, but maybe nothing more. Tyree Pitts even looks good. I'm not sure which way we want to go here. Who's got the fastest 40 time? Field general. I mean, B's and C's across the board. Ran 4.47. A hit power as well. A awareness. Could be a good target down the board. Okay, we'll see. It's a weird class, too, because the corners are not very good. There's only one outside linebacker in the entire class that looks like he can get after the QB in Ben Cabrera, who does look good, but has really bad acceleration, which is concerning. Thought S. Combs was going to be Sean Combs for a minute. Got to be real careful with that. Thankfully, Steven. Another intriguing option. Shaq Gold, 352 pounds. This class is really, really interesting. I kept saying that, okay, you know, I'm going to get back to you guys whenever we're going to start making some of these decisions, but man, there's so many weird and interesting players. Okay, so I think we're going to avoid running back, obviously. The talent in this class is just way too crazy. Corner could definitely be a position we look to add in free agency here. Just because you look at what we currently have and the strength in the draft, there's just not really a lot there. All of a sudden, I add Dalton Ford to my favorites. Like, this guy might be something. And he's jumped up like 15 spots to number 3. 16 spots, excuse me. We do have the number 4 and number 5 pick in the draft. That's quite nice. We're about to find out if Ben Cabrera can play. Did not use focus scouting on either of the receivers. We will see. I'm not afraid to trade up. It was Will Evans, Ben Cabrera, and a tight end called Ben Barry in the 3rd or 4th round. Excited to see what he's all about. Just looked to be pretty good down the board. I wish we had more than just 3 focus players. Like 5, I think, would be cool. But we will head toward the NFL draft. We've got a lot of picks. Very, very high in this draft. And we're going to find out if some of these players can change the organization. We need all the help we can get. At quarterback, Will Evans is also a round 1 to 2 talent. So it's just about taking the best one. It's a 50-50 really on those quarterbacks. Maybe we can wait. Not really the way you want to approach quarterback typically. Ben Cabrera is a true round 1 talent. Looks pretty good overall. A power move. So could be fun off the edge if we wanted to go that direction. And then the tight end down the board, I just thought looked very good. He's a top 5 talent. I saw that he had A medium route running, and I believe A awareness, or short route running, excuse me. But he's A catching traffic, and I saw 4.53 speed, obviously. That is a top 5 tight end talent in what is probably not that great of a class, to be honest, in the 3rd or 4th round. That's exceptional. A ton of running backs. So we know for a fact where 4 of the top 5 talents are in this entire draft. We know 3 running backs and a tight end. Where the other one is, couldn't tell you, but that's pretty good info to have. Why is the tight end not popping up? We know for sure he's a top 5 talent. Maybe he's probably too far down the board. Interesting. All right. Yeah, not a top 50 player. That's a big steal. I'm not trading up. We're at 4, 5, 12, and 18. Great picks to have. The Dolphins at 1 go with Justice Belton, who looked good. That might have been a top 5 talent. Was not worth trading up for. We have too many needs. Tony Wilkerson to the Browns. Ford does go to the Titans. And here we are, back-to-back picks. I could consider a trade out. There are good players here. But if I'm not convinced, and listen, Longhorn, that's great. He doesn't actually exist. Still tempting. Good-looking quarterback prospect. We're going to reach on a QB if we draft one. Just because quarterbacks, their overall isn't quite as high. Let's compare the two. So it's 2 and 4 on the list here. So better short accuracy for Mike Green. Better deep accuracy for Will Evans. Better throw on the run for Green. Same throw under pressure, or similar at least. Similar break sack. Could be very different with the A grade. One could be 84, one could be 89, right? I mean, those are the important things. I don't know. It's just age and athleticism at this point. Will Evans is a year younger and an improviser type. And we can probably get him later down the board. So I think we're going to avoid quarterback, at least with these first 2 picks. But we might not even pick here. Do I want the power back? Is Tyler Spikes so good? He's 23 years old already, but is a big-time power back. Could be fun. But we can get a lot of value for this pick. That's the thing. I think it probably makes sense to move out of this. We did get Zach Tom, by the way. Kelvin Banks also will be sliding over to left guard. Obviously, some thoughts about him moving over to guard anyway, so I feel like this is the perfect time. Receivers a need for us. Can't necessarily ignore that this draft. And defensively, we did not add anything at corner. So that's a need, but we don't really have a way to fix that right now. We did add Daniel Bellinger at tight end. Now I wish I didn't, because we're about to draft one that is significantly better long-term. And I think we're definitely going to move to a 3-4. Pretty much no question. I'm just not getting the value back that I want for the 4th overall pick. I'm not going to trade out just to trade out, right? But I got to get something back for this. Okay, very, very close on this. If I add in... I mean, probably almost anything here, but... How about 2 6s here? Let's make this work. Okay. It's so close. I hate to just add in the rest of my picks here, but that's... We're not going to do it. Okay, that trade is barely accepted. A 1st this year, number 4. A 3rd next year, a 6th, a 7th next year, a 7th and a 6th the year after that. We are getting number 10, Chicago's 1st next year, and also number 42. I believe the answer to everything. That should solve our problems as the Bears move up for Joe Buchanan, a left tackle. We are still on the clock at number 5, obviously. And Terrence Best still here. We're not going to draft him, although he does look pretty good. I think if we're going to get a linebacker, maybe it's going to be later. Garrison Bush is somewhat tempting here, just because good athlete, elite acceleration, like solid route runner overall. Hands are not amazing. For some reason, I just feel like drafting Ben Cabrera. He looks good, and it would work towards our 3-4 transition. 6'6", 266, ran in the 4.5s. The poor acceleration I don't love, but he's pretty good across the board. So I feel like that's a pretty good pick for us if we want to move into a 3-4. He's a round 1 talent. I feel like you don't find that often with the pass rushers. Ben Cabrera, got him at number 10. He's ranked number 5. Was a college basketball player, and he's playing outside linebacker. Interesting. Does have hidden dev. I don't know why I felt like he was going to be normal for some reason. 84 speed, 83 acceleration, 83 strength. Solid athlete that has good core attributes. The basketball storyline is interesting. We don't pick again until 10. I'm just going to simulate there. We know we need a quarterback at some point. Garrison Bush goes off the board to Pittsburgh. Terrence Best off the board to Carolina. The quarterbacks are still there. I'm not drafting a QB at this point. Might draft one at some point. Terrence Luckett, good speed. Probably not the play. So many good running backs. I do not need to draft a running back here. That's the thing. Absolutely don't need to. But, I mean, if Tyler Spikes sticks around, I'd consider it. Kind of just looking to trade down again. I think that's probably our best bet and just see how the board falls. I like the available talent, no question, but do I like them enough to pick at number 10? Maybe not. I'd love to get multiple first-round picks. The Seahawks are offering that. None of them are this year, but we're going to do that. It's a first this year and next year. Actually, next year and the year after that. A third next year and the year after that. Or number 10. That's just really gambling that the next couple of classes are going to be good. We'll see who they go with. Durante Tate and Stephen Combs. So, nobody that we were really going to draft considering what we've already drafted. And again, part of the reason I keep moving down is because I don't want to make a decision at quarterback. I'm hoping the decision's just made for me. Because it's a 50-50, you know, which one we draft. There are two. There's Mike Green from Texas, and there's the other one, which maybe you should tell me I should go with the Texas boy. Hook 'em. Jags offering a first this year, number 19, and a third. Can I get more for 12 if I move down more? Who's going to be kind of bad down the board? Like, maybe the Packers sometimes sim badly, and Matthew Golden's back up to a 99 overall. How does he keep doing this? I feel like the Packers are not going to sim badly. Maybe the Giants is a better bet. Let's do a 1 this year and a 1 next year. Will this be enough? It is, actually. Okay, I guess. Because the Giants are expected to be good for some reason. All right, well, we'll simulate to number 18. Tyler Spikes did go at 16, so he is not in consideration. Mike Green went to the Giants at 12. So there's their quarterback. And I feel like my decision has now been made. And we are going to go with Will Evans from Memphis. He's a year younger than Mike Green, which there is value there when simulating. He's a better downfield thrower with A, deep accuracy compared to B. I think we are making the right decision here. Hopefully, it's not normal dev. If it is, if you win Offensive Rookie of the Year, boom, superstar dev. Not really a problem, and it's not that difficult to win at quarterback. But I'd still like the leg up to start. He's ranked number 32. Got him at 18. He does have normal dev, 90 throw power, 79 speed, 87 acceleration. Yeah, he's like fine. Unfortunately, none of these quarterbacks were super elite. That's why we're getting one here at 18. But I don't mind it. And now is probably where we take a running back. We're at number 21. There are a couple of top 5 backs still available. I'm going to go Max Brooks. He's a receiving back with really good speed and B trucking, A juke move. He looks incredible to me at 5'9", 188. Really unique build. But I think could be a stud for us. The ball carrier vision, the carrying a little bit low at C. But this could end up being the number 1 player in the draft. There's a possibility of that. He's the number 4 player in the draft. Got him at number 21. Does have hidden dev. 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 87 agility, 89 change of direction. I'm really excited about this pick. I feel like he's going to be a stud. Obvious top 5 talent, but this is the best Alvin Kamara replacement I feel like we possibly could have had. We may end up drafting another running back. Need to figure out where my picks are. We've done so much navigating around the board. Do we have a pick at the top of the 2nd round? I think we got the Bears pick, right? Do we still have our pick? No, but I think we have, this is Chicago's. So running back potentially at 42. We cannot miss out on the top 5 talent tight end, though. Okay, here we are at number 42. The running backs have not gone off the board. There was a center at 38 that I took a look at. That could have been nice. And, you know, there could be a chance that that back we just took moves to receiver. It's a possibility. We've got to come away with Ben Berry. I think Shaq Gold would be good to add as well. I think Felix Whitfield would be good to add as well. So let's take a second running back here. Going to be Matt Starks from Washington State. 5'9", 201. Really good speed. Juke move's not as crazy, but maybe a better pure runner. It's a good, you know, 1-2 punch in our backfield. This is the number 2 player in the draft. Took him at 42. Not a fumbler, normal dev, but a really, really good athlete. Don't love to see normal dev, though. So we pick at 86, 122. We have 4 firsts next year and then 2 threes. I might part with one of my first round picks in order to get a better pick here. Like something like 49 and 56. And maybe a 2 next year. I feel like that's not that bad. That's going to be accepted. All right, I know we're trading out of the first for not a first. That trade, I feel like, makes us better. Maybe I gave up a little bit too much value. But, I mean, that's supposed to be a pretty good first-round pick next year. I don't know. Maybe I'll, you know, regret that. Ben Berry is here. I know it's the middle of the 2nd round. I don't think it's too early. I think we just have to take the best players we can get. Let's guarantee. Ben Berry, 6'6", 255, 21-year-old tight end from Arkansas. Maybe the next Hunter Henry. Way better athlete. I mean, he looks like a stud. Starting tight end, year 1. He's the number 5 player in the draft. We took him at 49. Also a college basketball player. We've got a type. Hidden dev, 87 speed and acceleration, 88 agility at 255 is crazy. Can really catch. Is not a bad route runner. He's going to be a stud. Maybe a little bit early, but also not early. He's a number 5 player in the draft. We took him at 49. I think that is a steal for us. Gonna go Felix Whitfield here. Could definitely use an upgraded linebacker. Only 21 years old, 6 foot, 242. Elite speed, ran 4.41 at his pro day. A hit power, A awareness. Good value here in the second round, I think. Whitfield is the number 46 player. Drafted him at 56. Does have normal dev, but 91 speed. 88 acceleration. Definitely something to build around there. As I worry we could potentially lose Shaq Gold if we don't move up. He doesn't seem like he's a threat to be drafted anytime soon. I just do worry about it a little bit. Okay, we're going to trade 86 and 122 to move up to 66. Moving up, I know it's not a ton, and I just gave up a 4th round pick for free, essentially. I mean, I am paying to move up, I guess. I just feel like guarantee the player you want. I don't really see anybody else down the board that I think is worth drafting. Like, Dotson, I guess I have on the board is okay. Shaq Gold, 6'2", 352, massive human, elite strength. Going to be a perfect nose tackle. And he is the number 50 player. We got him at 66. Normal dev. Very strong, though. Wow, cool. Interesting draft. So Ben Cabrera is a 75. We'll take that. Will Evans is a 73. Obviously, normal dev. Don't love that, but is well-rounded. He'll be fine as a starter. He's not Tyler Shuck, so he's got that going for him. Max Brooks is a 77. 78 for Matt Starks. Ben Barry's a 76. And then Whitfield and Gold are actually not bad down the board. I think we'll take that. I'm very curious who the number 1 player in this draft was. It was not Justice Belton. He's a 75, though. Hidden dev. He looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. The number 1 player in the draft was the running back, Tyler Spike. So 2 joint highest players in the class at 78. We got one, about a full round later. We'll take that. Only 89 speed for Spikes. Big time power back. He looks good. Definitely looks good. I think we're fine. I'm curious what B trucking is for my little receiving back. I mean, we got some of the best players in the draft, no question. But B trucking is interesting at 5'9", 188, 79. I know only normal dev, but it's a nice little player. So we have a nice little 1-2 punch in this draft. And you look, of course, Garrison Bush was good, but this draft class was just not great. I mean, there were only 276 overalls, 277s, 278s. Trading into next year's draft, probably the move. Will Evans is the highest overall quarterback on the roster. We can get him upgraded to a 74 before the season starts. I wish the receiving targets were a little bit better. And I know Garrison was somebody we could have targeted in this draft. Just didn't really seem to be the move this year. I know we drafted multiple running backs. We had an interesting draft strategy. I know it was not going to be for everybody, but I feel good about the way the draft went. We just took the best players we could. And I think we could consider playing the rookie receiving back in the slot. That's an option. Not saying we will, but I think it could be a good idea. We'll see. Not going to commit to anything just this second. Ooh, dev trade increase for Shaq Gold, the big defensive tackle. That's why you got to do your training camp missions. It's just can be a huge difference maker. Because probably in, one in every 60, you get a dev trade increase to start. How cool is that? So I remember that Cabrera was big, but dude is huge. 6'6", 270 or thereabout. I'm going to move him down to the defensive line. We're going to do, again, a 3-4, but it could be Chase Young and Jared Verse at outside linebacker, and then Cabrera could move to play defensive end. But athletic enough probably where, Jesus, he plays outside linebacker. We might have a freak. Cabrera could be a monster. That's what we say about Edward Cabrera of the Marlins. Maybe finally figuring it out. Is that too niche of a reference? On this channel, a few of you will get that. Probably not many, though. Do you guys watch Marlins baseball and care about Edward Cabrera? What am I doing? Hey, check out the second channel, Bengal Plays. I've got an entire Rockies franchise rebuild series on there. 20+ episodes. Off-season episode probably getting uploaded today as this is getting posted, so check it out. Is it crazy to throw Max Brooks at receiver? We are so weak there right now, and it would really only be for a year. And it would get him the football a little bit more often than just being our third down back / receiving back. It's only a 71 overall there. His route running is just so bad. He does have 99 juke move, though. That's crazy. Okay, so corner sucks. We have Malik Hooker, I guess, now. That's interesting. Corner's really bad. Receiver's really bad. Hopefully we can get around some of those deficiencies. We're starting a rookie quarterback. Getting him a weapon could be a smart idea. Barry, though, is going to get a lot of targets. Our running game is going to be really bad because those guys are good. Cade York. Was he an LSU guy? I guess he returns. Definitely want versus a rush end. Chase Young maybe rush D tackle in that case. Or, I don't know, something. He's not going to be a sub linebacker. Oh, I forgot this roster does a thing where it erases power moves. Cabrera's got 77 block shed. Maybe there's a chance that he can be a rush D tackle. That'd be interesting. Jack Gold at the starting spot. We have left end Chase Young, right end Brian Brzee. We are good to go. Hopefully, we're actually able to produce with Will Evans as a rookie. The team still has a long way to go, but we have the picks to make it happen. Receiver's awful right now, but it will get better. Corner's awful right now, but it will get better. This next draft class just, in all likelihood, probably will be good at corner or receiver or both. That's what 99% of the draft classes look like in Madden 25. There are good corners in every one. Maybe not this one. Receiver, fine. West might have good corners, though. All right. We are not quite back yet, but at least we're not the Jets, who have an 86 overall team and are 1-5. This is not a great start for us at 3-4, but we're not there yet. We've established the offensive line. It looks great for the future. Just trying to build up everything else. And there's a lot of building to be done. Star dev for the tight end, star dev for Cabrera, star dev, of course, for Goldie. Got upgraded to that. A lot of star dev. Hoping that maybe Evans gets up to superstar via rookie of the year, or Starks or Brooks maybe has superstar. Unlikely, but not impossible. And our scouting national focus, well, we don't really need tackle so much, but that's the strength of the class. Don't really need running back either. I guess we'll take a look at the tackles. Cool. 19 players ready to negotiate extensions. Chris Olave, Brian Brzee. Don't really want Kendre Miller. Jordan Allen I thought about, but just probably not. Yeah, just a lot of players that are fringe desirable, I guess. Olave's not one of them. We absolutely want him back. Either a big-time extension or a franchise tag. He's going to want a lot of money. It might end up being a tag situation. And I do want Brzee. Brzee's pretty expensive. But he's only 24 years old still. If we give him a 5-year contract, this could be worth it. Not quite there yet, but we are trending in the right direction. We're unlikely to be a playoff team. Not impossible, just unlikely. We'll see what happens as we progress through the rest of this year. I'm going to stop at week 13 or 14 to do focus scouting and try to re-sign these players. Looks like we're going to keep losing. More money for Olave, and he is back. Very expensive. I think it was up close to $25 million per year, or $25 million in the most expensive year. Brzee's going to be somewhat similar. but he is back as well, and I think that's going to end up being a really big one. We have defensive end, defensive tackle type flexibility there, inside, outside, and we're 4-5. We probably end the season close to 7 or 8 wins, which is okay. Focus players, we could actually still use a pass rusher, funnily enough. You think we wouldn't need to, but we really could actually use a pass rusher with this move to a 3-4. I'd love to find an unbelievable one, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll just take a look at the top 3 pass rushers. You know, it's so funny. We were 4-7, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to be picking really high again. Nope. We won just enough games to get out of a good pick. 8-9. Although, what a rookie season for Evans. Really, really good numbers. Let's check out the actual specifics of those, and it's got to be Rookie of the Year. A lot of picks, but with this type of production, I don't think that should matter all that much. Close to 4,600 yards, 42 touchdowns, 17 picks. Rushing, no rushing attack. If the running back overall is not high enough, they will just not play well. It's really, really annoying. I don't think I've ever seen a running back simulate well that isn't like at least an 87 overall. Evans is already up to an 81, though, as a rookie. That's incredible. And he's probably going to get Superstar Dev with Rookie of the Year. Max Brooks has Star Dev, 80 overall. 99 juke move. I mean, we've got a really fun backfield for the future. Just can those guys get developed? Chris Olave, 22 touchdowns. What a year. Ben Barry, the rookie, had 94 catches. Is that a rookie record? It's close. Brock Bowers passed it, and then Neighbors passed it. I think he's got the current record, right? Or is it the reverse? I don't know. I think it's Neighbors. But 8 touchdowns for Ben Barry. What a rookie year for him. TFL's 12 for Verse, 10 for Chase Young with 13.5 sacks. 8.5 for Ben Cabrera is good. Is it good enough to win Defensive Rookie of the Year? It could be. It's a Texans-Eagles Super Bowl. Interesting. We head into, I've been recording this for a while. So many trades. Today I'm like, you know what? I'm going to record one a little bit quicker. We're going to get through a rebuild going away for a couple days tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, let's get a video banged out. Good to get another rebuild back up. And then I've been in the first season for like 3 hours. Will Evans does win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Panthers linebacker Terrence Best is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. But what that means for us is Superstar Dev, I think for sure, for our rookie quarterback, I guess going into year 2 now. He's already an 80-something-ish overall. He might be nearing 85 overall going into year 2. Legitimate possibility after that upgrade. Star Dev. He doesn't get upgraded to Superstar? Wow, okay. I don't think I've seen that before. He gets only Star Dev. Looks very good, though. Throw power's like whatever, but you don't need 95 throw power to be successful. Chris Olave up to X Factor. Running backs are unchanged. Barry up to Superstar, though. We need more at receiver. Verse up to X Factor. We re-signing anybody? No need for the backs. I know Devin Neal's contract actually shouldn't be expiring. Saints get Danny Stutzman. Forgot about that. He's a good, like, 2-down player. Good athlete. Can work downhill. Not really that good in space, despite being able to run fast in a straight line. Good run defender. Free agency. Give me a receiver. Give me a corner. Brian Branch works. It's an upgrade to the secondary. We tried it last year. Brian Branch is big. That's an upgrade over Malik Hooker in a huge way. Or, I mean, you can play him at slot corner and feel really, really good about that. He's going to want big-time money. I'm just going to give him an unbelievable amount. We need to upgrade. This is the most expensive contract ever handed out to a safety, surely. But it puts us in the lead. Jack Campbell would be okay, but not really the top of my list. You need a kicker. We've got options. Chase McLaughlin will be the one. Just not going to pay any of these receivers. There's just simply no way. But I would love to bring in Brian Branch, obviously. And then Chase McLaughlin, good upgraded kicker. Branch, I paid so much money. He better sign. But I freed up a lot of money. We're not paying Taysom Hill anymore for $20 million a year. Not paying Cam Jordan or Alvin Kamara. We are making moves towards securing our future. Going into year 3, we are looking really, really good. We still have 4 or maybe 3 first-round picks this draft. We will continue to get better. We need receiver to be good, corner to be good. I don't think they are. I haven't looked, but from the start of the year, it really wasn't a position that was included that high. Receiver maybe actually was in there, but corner not so much. Branch is an upgrade in the secondary. Top 5 talent at tackle. That's actually pretty rare. I don't feel like I ever see that. It's intriguing. Ooh, Ramon Randall. 6'1", 178, day 3 talent. Supposedly the top receiver in this draft. Goodness. Okay, the corners actually look like they could be really good. Just maybe not the best in the class overall. Or it maybe just doesn't have the best depth. I can't even remember how they classify that. We could also like really consider trading a pick in order to get a receiver, and that might be what we do. It's just like the one position where we are extremely weak right now. Branch is a big upgrade to our secondary. It looks like we're going to be able to upgrade corner as the first 2 picks. It's quarterback Brian Cabrera and left tackle Devontae Mason. But corner going to be in play here. Peterson is a round 1 talent. The corners looked good. Both round 1 talents. And even this one, tight as cannon. Maybe more of a zone coverage type of guy. But still looks very good. Not extremely well-rounded. Do we want the slightly better cover player that can't press as well in Melvin Warmack? We're not going to draft him here. It's a solid speed, but ran low 4.4. And then Andrew Peterson, I mean, prototype type build. 6'1", 200. Great speed. He's the guy to have. The Giants are offering Malik Neighbors for number 3. We can bring him back to Louisiana. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to end up doing that. I mean, we're not going to draft Malik Neighbors at 3. He's got a 24-year-old, 88 overall superstar dev receiver to come back to Louisiana. I mean, that is an absolute no-brainer. The only thing is I don't want that corner to go off the board. So, got to consider a trade-up probably. I think Tennessee at 6 would make a lot of sense. We're currently at 12. We have ammo to move up. We are trading a first this year, number 12, a third in 2028, and 2/3 this year to move up to 6. Again, it's a lot of value, but I think you need to secure the player that you actually want to get. And I think Peterson is that guy. 6'1", 200, ran in the 4.3s, great speed, good coverage, great press. He's going to be a really nice CB2 to add. Number 7 player in the draft, got him at number 6. Hidden dev, great athlete, great fit. We do also have a pick at number 25. Warmack just went off the board. There is actually a top 5 talent here at receiver. Okay, well, he didn't look that good to me, but he did run pretty well. Elite jumping. I thought he was really more of just a possession receiver. Not the best route runner, but, I mean, could be worse. Floyd Carter at 25. That's the pick. That's a no-brainer. Random top 5 talent. He's actually the number 3 player in the entire class. He's actually a very good athlete. Spectacular catch is going to be pretty high. Okay. I mean, we've drafted great. Deep in round 2 now. It's just best player available. If we can marry that with a position of need, that'd be great. As McMullen looks like a really good option at tight end. We don't really need tight end. But this player is just too good to pass up here, probably. Looks phenomenal. Number 78. Hidden dev. He looks great. I don't know why he's so bad. Why 78 isn't the worst, but I thought we were getting a bona fide first-round talent there for sure. Didn't happen. I mean, he was so good, I rushed the pick. I didn't even consider anybody else. That's how good I thought that player was. I guess not. A-man coverage down the board. That's the pick. A-man, A-press. Matthew McDaniel is not going to work in every scheme. He's the number 44 player in the draft. Hidden dev. Not the fastest, maybe, but definitely a use for him. Okay. Floyd Carter is a 79 overall. I would have guessed like 76. He does have 99 spectacular catch. What is going on? Back-to-back classes now. 99 juke, 99 spec catch. Unreal. Catching traffic's great. Catching could be better. Just saw his route running was so bad, but his agility is so good. Floyd Carter, what a player. Very interesting. I mean, Andrew Peterson's a 77. That's really solid. Good starter. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised at a lot of this. Good backups everywhere else. Tim Triplett is not somebody we're going to talk about, but this was a stacked class. I mean, I wish we waited on quarterback. Brian Cabrera, 80 overall QB. Okay, well, that's why he's so good. I'm like, it doesn't really look amazing. 97 speed, 96 acceleration, 95 agility, 95 change of direction. Welcome back, Michael Vick. I'm trying to see throwing arm here. Throwing arm sounds so weird, but I'm trying to see which arm he throws with. What is his handedness? He's a righty, but this is Michael Vick. He's going to be an X factor. He's a freak. He's actually maybe closer to Lamar Jackson, but that's unreal. Devontae Mason's an 80. You don't really see this in Madden 25. I mean, this is extremely rare to get an 80 overall tackle. He has superstar dev, which is, I mean, typically the highest I ever see a tackle. I feel like I've seen X Factor before, but I also feel like you can't get X Factor offensive linemen. So I don't know what to do with that feeling I have. Either way, we just got a lot better. The Bucs got better in division, bringing in Lamar Jackson 2.0 at quarterback. What a monster. But, I mean, receiver got so much better. We could use depth at running back, but tight end is insane. Receiver's insane. Our defense is better than it was. I think that's kind of about all I can say there. Derrick Henry in free agency. We could use some more depth at running back, I guess. Ooh, star dev for our running back, who had normal. We'll take it. And we're also going to find out what the dev trait is for Floyd Carter, which is going to be pretty sick. Because once we get him up to an 80, it'll tell us whether he gets an ability slot or not. So, fun little trick for you. All right, let's find out. What is the dev trait for Floyd Carter? Is it star, or is it superstar, or better? We're about to find out. Maybe. There's also a chance I just decide to do deep threat, and he doesn't have his overall go up to 80, and we don't find out. So, we don't know yet, but I think this makes him better as a player, so I'm more concerned about that. That's the play, and we'll find out his dev trait later. You guys are pretty familiar with the team at this point, I would think. Starting a rookie, Andrew Peterson at corner, have McDaniels behind him. Not maybe the best fit ever. I do need to sign a punter at a free agency. Carter in the slot. He'd probably go off as a rookie. And then I don't know that Chase Young actually needs to be a rush end. I like him at rush D tackle. Put him there by default. Midseason mark, we have improved. We're 4-3. It's not amazing, but we just beat the Panthers and Chiefs. This could very well be a playoff team. The NFC South is up for grabs. We're going to need to beat the Falcons when we play them. See if we can find out the dev trait of that rookie receiver, who's not a great fit in the slot skill-wise. He's got star dev. Get him out of there. Put Olave in there. Put Neighbors in there. Get that dude out of there. McDaniels with superstar. I was going to go make a trade for a better third corner, but I guess the superstar dev is going to lead me to keep him there. Jared Verse is a free agent, as is Malik Neighbors. That's how we were able to trade for him. But we have 155 mil in 2027 cap room. The problem is that's going to go very quickly. We'll wait on Jared Verse. Try to bring Malik Neighbors, who's from Georgia. No, that surely is not true. I would bet my life he's from Louisiana. He's from Lafayette, Louisiana. I guess with this roster change, it changed a lot of information. And that actually matters for free agency and re-signing players. That's not great. Bring back Kool-Aid McKinstry. Why do you want more money? Selfish players. He's waiting for a franchise quarterback. Well, we have one, so we're just going to wait on an extension there. Bring Eric McCoy back. He's wanting more money. Does everybody want more money? Chase Young's been, somewhat disappointing, but he's, of course, the one that accepts to return. Justin Reed for 2 years. I'm glad we kept him because he's a solid starter for us at the back end. The rest, I'm just going to wait on. I think Pete Warner is probably a player that regresses. I'd like to make a big move to be successful this year, but I don't really want to make a trade to make, an improvement. I want to develop what we have. We do actually end up making the playoffs. The Alex Anzalone Bowl, Saints Lions. 2 10-7 teams. We're up to a 90 overall, though. And what a season for Will Evans, leading the league in passing touchdowns. If he's not a franchise quarterback, I don't know who is. 88 overall. Accuracy is great. Throw power remains unchanged. But this guy's a stud. I think what's currently holding us back a little bit is our running game, and we're about to break through because Matt Starks is an 86 overall. He's such a good player. Really, really good. Juke move up to a 90, spin move at the 85. He's really good. Once he gets up to like an 88, 89, he's actually going to sim well. And we have a great backup in Max Brooks, who, could be a lot better. And he's got 99 juke move, and he's kind of wasting away on the bench a little bit, but I don't know what else to do. He's just not good enough to start. Starks is a little bit better, as Olave dominated. Great season for Ben Berry, somehow even better than last. 12 touchdowns for Floyd Carter. Neighbors had 14, all of them over 1,000 yards, and the top 3 had over 1,100 yards. But Olave a yard away from 1,200. 20.5 sacks for Jared Verse, 12.5 for Young. Not underwhelming anymore. 7 for Cabrera. Brzee is on the team at least. A lot of interceptions for the team, although no great individual numbers. But our offense was great. Was it the defense holding us back? It's about middle of the pack in yards. It's not terrible. Just simulate the wild card round. We'll jump in maybe for the divisional, and we will make the divisional. It's the 11-6 Tampa Bay Bucks. Interesting. They're an 85 overall, but they have this freak quarterback with high 90 speed. And they've got a superstar X-Factor defensive tackle that doesn't look like he's going to be very pleasant for me. His name is Pleasant if my face cam is covering that. It was a very funny pun. All right, let's see how we do. We're down 7-0 early. Don't love it. And then 14. Field goal gets us on the board, if nothing else, and another one closes the gap slightly. Another Bucks touchdown makes that gap pretty hard to overcome. It's 4th and 1. Game essentially on the line. Did they not just run the football here? We filled the gap. We made a play. Oh, my goodness. Bucky Irving has torched us, by the way. 15 for 136, but a stop there on 4th down has given us a chance. 2-minute offense, no timeouts. Roll out and make a play. I just don't like anything. Big 3rd down and 10. We're going to take a shot down the field here. We might have a step, and we do. It's Malik Neighbors down the sideline. McCollum won't catch him. Winfield Jr. is burnt toast. Malik Neighbors, long touchdown. I actually don't like seeing him in a Saints uniform, come to think of it. But the reason I'm comfortable scoring right now, I know we give the Bucks the ball back. We might need an onside kick. Do we run the ball? I think I feel comfortable passing in this spot. We're going to take off. Look at the power. The fight to the end zone. We're tied at 21. Can our defense stop the Bucks, though? Unlikely. I forgot Justin Reed does kickoffs. Okay. Oh, you're so bad. Oh, we dove at the ground. That's a tough sequence. I mean, at this point, we kind of need to allow a touchdown. I mean, we're going to run commit. Bring everybody up. They can just kick a field goal and beat us. That's unfortunate. There's absolutely nothing we can do. Except for hopefully allow a touchdown. I know that sounds crazy. It is our best bet. That would have been sick. Touchdown, Bucks. And we have 40-ish seconds to try and get into touchdown range. I don't know where that is on the field. How about just I have better receivers? Streak them. Somebody make a play. We've got no timeouts. We've got to get out of bounds. Lead blocker, maybe? Ugh. We actually have a step down the field for Neighbors! He makes the catch, he breaks a tackle, he's out of bounds. I need a touchdown on that, I'm not going to lie. But we are still in the game. I just don't know how we get into the end zone. The closer we get to the end zone, the less doable a streak becomes. We've got to beat one of these players up the seam. I think we've done it. Chris Olave! Touchdown! No, he drops it! What? Take a look at it, please. Did he drop it because he was out of bounds? You can't make a better throw than this. He just didn't get the left down, maybe? I would argue the right's down. How does the left possibly come down out of bounds? Chris. This is all Madden simulation, by the way, in case there's question about that. I don't know why anyone would care, but in case anybody does, we got to throw this toward the end zone. That's intercepted. It's a diving pick by Jamel Dean. Down at the 1. A safety barely helps us. It does, but barely. Big hit. There's the safety. This is a weird end to this game. Can't really return it. We have Keandre Lambert-Smith. 12 seconds to still need a touchdown. I think we actually have the tight end somehow. Up the seam. Can't make the catch. Ball doesn't get to him. Maybe should have thrown to a faster player. That is a Bucks division win in a very, very, very weird game. Very weird. We'll do another year. And the Bucks make the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback, even though he's an alien. Not fair. 20 players ready to negotiate contract extensions. Jared Verse is among them. I waited because he values career win percentage, and I think we've jumped up a little bit. This is a player that I'm comfortable franchise tagging. We have so much cap room, though. Jared Verse is back. That would have been a big loss. Kool-Aid McKinstry. He wanted to come back earlier and just was going to test free agency. Why? Dude. These players don't make any sense to me. I don't want to have to franchise tag Kool-Aid McKinstry, but it might come to it. Eric McCoy is back as well. I mean, I guess... I can't believe I'm going to do this. I guess I'm going to franchise tag Kool-Aid McKinstry. 27.5 per year. Well, it's 1 year, but it's true, per year. There is a good corner in free agency. Terrion Arnold. Aleem McNeil might be a better sign for us. I'd like to do, I mean, 2 years actually wasn't bad. I was thinking 1 year. It is an upgrade at defensive tackle. I'll offer a 1-year deal. I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. But that's all we can do. We have no money now. And we get a Lee McNeil. It's an upgrade. I'll treat it that way. It is an upgrade. 6'4" corner projected to go top 7. I am intrigued. I think we have Seattle's pick. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we'll see what this draft looks like for us, but we're just like finishing off the team. The team is great. So we're at number 10, and did I trade my own first round pick? I guess I must have. So much time has passed between that and now, and we'll see what's going on. So that 6'4" corner is gone. We don't know about any true round 1 talents, which to me says that, okay, we could gamble and just try to take a player that could be good. Or we could trade this pick and really improve somewhere. It could be tough financially to do that, but it may be the move if we can swing it somehow. Looking at this team, Barry's up to X Factor. McMullen had Superstar. Neighbors has Superstar. He's had that, surely. Running back looks okay. Defensively is where we need to improve. Linebacker is a mess. Which I brought a broom. But yeah, we need a linebacker. D-line looks good. We need an off-ball linebacker. And depth at corner. But number 10, we need a linebacker. I accidentally drafted Percy Montgomery. I somehow just made this selection. I don't know anything about him. That is a mistake. It actually does work out. We can trade for Devin Lloyd. A 1 and a 2 to get Devin Lloyd makes sense to me. Yeah, it's probably not the best trade for us, but I think it's a good trade. We get better. I don't care about the value. Just we got better. We got better. And I need depth at corner. With my 3rd round pick, I will take any corner. Hopefully somebody good. Oh, they all are not good. I mean, Ahmad Howard could be okay. Yeah, you know what? He's a good athlete. We'll take Ahmad Howard. Decent enough press, decent enough zone. Man could have been okay. Not sure. Okay, this is the year. Percy Montgomery is a 75 overall with hidden dev. All right. I don't really have a ton to say about that. I was a major mess up. Did it change anything in the end? Would I have just traded our current first round pick for Devin Lloyd? Yeah, probably. So didn't really change much. Goodness, Malcolm Martin. What a pick at 4 by the Raiders. It was not even a good draft class either. 5th round running back, 77 overall, though. This is going to be the team, and I love it. Running back depth isn't amazing, but everything else looks fantastic. Corners are developing. Safeties, I mean, Justin Reed took a step back. He's old now. That's just kind of what happens there. And I'm excited to see what these guys can do. We are 4-3 at the midseason mark. Still in a great position to make the playoffs, just like we did last year. I actually think the division looks identical to how it did last year. Interesting. We do end up making the playoffs, but we're in the wild card, 12-5. And we lost the last 2 games of the year, which doesn't bode well because we get a rematch against the Commanders. Do get home field, though. Lost to the Bucks, 41-26 or whatever. What a year for Will Evans. 5,200 yards, 58 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. Rushing, still not great. I mean, Starks, kind of where he has been, but just not producing all that well. He's at an 88. Needed to be a bit higher. Just not really producing. Receiving, the production's insane. 24 TDs for Olave, 16 for Barry, 10 for Neighbors. Only 2 1,000-yard receivers, though. It was just Neighbors being very good, but Not quite as good as Barry or Olave, who is insane. Defensively, Devin Lloyd, I think, was a big help. A lot of TFLs for this team. 12 sacks for Verse and Cabrera, 9 for McNeil. Good move from us. 8 for Young. 5 picks for Branch and Kool-Aid. Very, very nice. And hopefully, we don't get bounced from the playoffs here in the wild card. I mean, we're in 93 overall. They're in 86. We lose 24-16. Well, all right, no Super Bowl for the Saints. This was the team. Pretty incredible group. I would consider it rebuilt. I mean, we're in 93 overall. Got bounced in the wild card. Disappointing. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. This team is rebuilt. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.